Peggy, on a matter affecting Australians, reports here in Australia say that senior Republicans are refusing to sell 3 nuclear-powered boats to Australia unless America bolsters its production line. In other words, unless Biden boosts production for domestic production. Is this fair dinkum or is this grandstanding?
Well, unfortunately, this is one of those issues that has broad bipartisan support and yet may stall out slightly because, to his point, Senator Wicker, who's the one who's been bringing this forward, has said, Joe Biden has really defunded our military and put us in a weakened position. In fact, Joe Biden himself, maybe accidentally, in an interview a week or so ago, let it slip that America's running low on ammunition. And so the Congress is rightfully worried that our military is weakened. And so by providing 3 subs or ships to Australia, does that put America in an even more a weakened position? And so this is something that the Congress is going to have to take up, and it'll be interesting to see where it goes, even though it does have broad bipartisan support from the military, from the industry itself, but it may be at least stalled out for a bit because of this.
Well, just for our viewers, Republicans, as I understand it, on the Senate Armed Services Committee moved last Friday to block legislation which is required to enable the sale of these submarines to us. And under the AUKUS deal, Washington was to sell Canberra between 3 and 5 nuclear submarines in the 2030s before Australia begins building a new class of boat with Britain. And Senator Roger Wicker, a senior Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee, said Biden needed to commit more money to guarantee, quote, we have enough submarines for our own security before we endorse that pillar of the agreement. So, Peggy, where do you think this is going?
Well, Senator Wicker, you have to remember, is from Mississippi. And what's in Mississippi but Ingalls Shipbuilding, which is one of the largest builders of the Navy vessels. And so he certainly has a particular interest in this. But, we see both sides of this. On one hand, if we send 3 submarines to the Pacific and Australia oversees them, then that's one less area that the United States has to be as responsible for. But to Wicker's point, he's saying there's a whole wide world out there that America also needs to defend American interests in. And so we can't limit it to that one region of the world. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It's something the American people are very much in favor of. And like I said, it has bipartisan support. But to their point, Joe Biden's military has focused a lot more on DEI and on pronouns instead of preparedness. And the American people and our Congress are rightfully worried about that.
We'll see where this goes.